Hey babes, it's me, and I'm back after taking a week off for Easter. I had a lovely time, and I hope you guys had a similarly banging holiday weekend. And today, it's time to talk about the N-word and white people using it, and we're gonna do it outside because it's real beautiful today. So, in my life, like for me personally, but also that I've witnessed with other black friends and within media even, white people who use the N word and then get penalized for it freak the fuck out. They do not like being told that there is a word that is off limits to them, nor do they like being told that because they use the word, they are racist. Vehemently, they will deny this and apologize for causing offense as if it's our fault for being offended by the word and not their fault for using it in the first place. Question mark. What? Just own up and apologize. But it's been an ongoing issue, and I thought maybe I could take some time to talk about it because people still don't really seem to understand. So, the main thing that I hear white people saying in response to being told that it's not okay for them to say the N word is that black people use it all the time. And how is it fair if, like, for them to be able to use it and me not to be able to use it? The answer to this question is very simple and should still be fresh in your minds because it's fresh in everyone else's because this just ended like 100 years ago-ish. Slavery. 600 years of Africans being stolen from their continent, dragged to white people's properties, chained, beaten, murdered, lynched, raped, you name it, it happened. Everywhere. I don't really know how we can part from that history. It is still way too recent. For those of you who think that you can just use this word because it's gained some new meaning and it's like casual now, I'm sorry, but your ancestors gave that right up for you. You are not allowed to say it because they decided to change the word negro to what the N word is now, a derogatory term that was thrown at black people while they were being pushed down in the mud or whipped or whatever, just living within a system of violence while this word was being pushed on them. I don't see how you can possibly think it's okay to start using it. And even after slavery ended, there was still the whole Jim Crow era. The word continued to be used to push black people down because now they had some rights, but oh, God forbid they get too many and start voting or owning property or anything that regular humans can do because they were still seen as animals and less than. And even if there is still a lot of continuing dialogue within the black community about whether the word remains a slur or whether it is being reclaimed as a term of endearment, a term of kinship, that is a conversation that is just happening between African Americans and other black people. It has nothing to do with you. As cool as it is to stay informed and to follow the debate, like, that's awesome if you want to keep educated on the matter. But your individual voice doesn't actually hold any weight in this conversation. I know that that's really probably new for you, especially if you're also male, especially if you're also straight. But just as a white person in general, you're used to being able to enter any space, to enter any type of conversation, and your voice matters there. Your voice is important and your voice is heard. But that's not the reality of what it's like for the rest of us, who are a minority in any way. There are always going to be spaces where our voices are silenced, are taken away, are not listened to, despite the fact that they are likely places where our voices are the ones that are relevant. So I know it's hard to understand that your opinion isn't always the most important, but it's not. It's not always the most important. Things can still be valid without centering around what white people think. And one of the most annoying things that I still hear about the N-word is that it's a double standard. that we're allowed to use it and white people aren't. And the reality is that people are allowed to say whatever they want to say. But just because freedom of speech exists does not mean that you can just say things but not receive any feedback or repercussions for your actions. People are going to be mad at you. People are going to be deeply hurt and offended by an oppressive term thrown at them by a white person unable to see their own privilege, despite the fact that it's 2014 and we should know better than that already. It's not a double standard. It's simply a difference in language and relationships. I don't know why white people fight this to the death, but it's not hard to not say. Please just stop.